We are back.
We are back.
We're going to get a little bit serious today because it is the 4th of July.
It is.
And as you
And
know, people will be shooting off fireworks and guns to
uh,
celebrate
yes,
independence. So, I don't know how many of you out there know, but Candi is a veteran.
I am.
And she has some thoughts on fireworks and the 4th of
I
July.
do. First off, let me say I'm torn because I don't want to mess up anybody's good time. I want people to have a good time. That's the whole point of every bit of my service was that people are able to enjoy things, but that means all people. Um, you might see signs that says, a veteran lives here. Please be cautious or kind with your fireworks. And you might see something about, there's pets. Please be kind, cautious with your fireworks. And you're like, God, what a drag. Like, why do they need to be special? Like, why are they such snowflakes? Well, let me just tell you about working at an animal shelter during the 4th of July. These dogs would howl and run. And because it's an animal shelter, we can't comfort all of them at once. Like here at my house, the dogs can run to a human being and crawl in our laps and be comforted and offer comfort themselves. Um, but in an animal shelter, they couldn't do that. And there's such a spike in animals that go missing or are hit by cars or whatever on the 4th of July because of fireworks. So as a pet owner, keep your pets inside, like your cats and stuff like that. And your dogs, if you don't have a fence, keep them leashed because you never know, even the most stable dog, if a firework is too close to them, they might lose it and run. They might lose all their training because they're just so afraid. They're animals. They don't think the way we do, and they don't have the kind of understanding that we do, that this is just something that's temporary and it's going to stop. Um, and that just tears me apart. Then on the other hand, there's, oh, well, why are they being such snowflakes? Why are they making such a big deal out of it? As far as the please be kind with your fireworks, a veteran lives here. Today's the 3rd, and I'm most of the way through a bottle of wine because I know that here in a little bit, even though it's been raining all day, my neighbors are going to start shooting fireworks. And while my dog might run and sit in my lap, he does that not so much to comfort himself as to comfort me. There have been nights when it was really, really bad that I sat with my son's pretend Nerf rifle and rocked back and forth because you attain a muscle memory that you need to go hide. And part of PTSD is that you're hyper vigilant, hyper aware, and hyper reactive to things. So while someone might hear a firework and just be startled, when someone with PTSD hears a firework and it's PTSD from like a combat situation, there's no checklist to go through. There's no uniform to put on. There's no gear to get on. There's no weapon to grab. There's no station to go take. You can't do anything. And they keep going and going and going. And you're looking and you're searching to find a way. Because when that stuff's going on in the real world, you're not afraid. Because you have things to do. You have steps to take. You have actions to perform. But then you get home. And you don't have those actions to perform anymore. And then it takes you back. And you realize you're terrified. And you can't get away. And there's nothing you can do about it because it's your friends and neighbors. And all they're trying to do is have a good time. So while you're out having a good time, I just please ask that you remember that. There are people that those noises are not such a good time. And I'm one of the lucky people, because if I can see the fireworks happening, if I can see the people setting them off, they don't bother me so much. But there's people that I know, people that I'm close to, that can watch someone light a fuse on a firework and still be just as damaged by it as I would be if I were woken up from a sound sleep by it. And it's not good when I'm woken up from a sound sleep by fireworks. I cry, I have memories. It causes nightmares. And I'm not right for weeks sometimes on end after a holiday like this. So I just wish that people would take that into consideration, because the people that are asking you to take it into consideration aren't actually snowflakes. We're just tired. And we don't know what to say because we want you to have a good time. But there's lots of ways to have a good time that maybe don't involve setting off explosions that sound like mortars under your neighbor's windows.
And there are fireworks that don't make a bang.
There are fireworks that are quiet. Yes, there are explosionless fireworks, and they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So if it's the stuff in the sky that you like you say, it might cost you more, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the explosion fireworks myself, because it hurts my ears and shakes the windows. And it's like, yes, it's very pretty to look at, but I don't want to be woken up by it. I don't want to hear all the dogs around the block barking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And the
want my
dogs
friends,
only bark because they don't know what else to do.
yeah, and I don't want my friends to go feeble.
Yeah, I get wrong before holidays because I don't sleep at night beforehand until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I know everybody's not going to do it. Everybody else is asleep, so it's safe to sleep. And that takes out a good chunk of my day, y'all. A good chunk of my day, because if I'm not going to sleep till 11, 2, 3 in the morning, I'm going to sleep 7, 8 hours. You know, I'm not going to be awake till 10 or 11.
Yeah. And here we've got threads in the local group that says fireworks or gunshots. Because we're not sure which it is anymore.
Exactly. So that's a thought too.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're shooting your guns off, remember that the bullets come back down. They don't just stay up in the air forever. And they come back down with the velocity they went up with.
Speaking of that, actually, they come down faster. Because they've got the velocity they went up with, and then they're coming back down. But when I was in the Middle East, that's one of their big forms of celebration, is they'll fire weapons into the air. And I used to hear stories and thought they were urban legends about people would shoot off their weapons during weddings, and they would kill people in other wedding parties that are a couple blocks over or whatever. Because of course there's certain days that are popular to get married, certain times a year that are popular to get married. It's the same all over the world. So they would have these celebrations, and they would be firing their rifles into the air. Well, those bullets come down, and they might kill their own cousin the next block over or whatever, who was also having a celebration. I mean, that's something to think about. Like, people have died from gunshot wounds to the head from weapons being fired into the air. You know, people have been injured by gunshot wounds from people firing weapons into the air. It's not something that you're just shooting it up there and it comes down and it's fine. It's not fine. You know, and I don't know, lost my train of thought.
Oh, it was a good train. Just remember, physics happens, and
Yeah,
physics is real, regardless of whether you believe in it or not.
and
So
it's unforgiving. It believes in you.
it believes in you. It loves you so much. That's our PSA. Drink responsibly. Stay at home.
Cheers. Stay
Happy
home.
4th of
Don't drink
July.
and drive.
Find quiet fireworks
Don't drink and try to cook. Um,
or set off fireworks while you're drunk.
Please don't set off fireworks while you're drunk. They see so many injuries in the ER.
We've had several house fires already. And I don't even know if it was because they were drunk. They just set them off too close to the house.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was their fireworks that set
If
the
you're,
house on fire.
yeah, well, we always have a hose ready during 4th of July. We don't set off fireworks at this house. And, everybody knows I come in early and I just kind of mind my business on the 4th of July. There's a 4th of July party that I'll go to tomorrow. That is an annual thing that happens, and it's other veterans that throw it. And I love them, and I'll go over and I'll have food and enjoy myself. But I'll leave before they decide to do fireworks, because that's the other thing. Everybody that's been in a combat situation doesn't necessarily get PTSD from the sounds. They might get it from something else. And so then
PTSD in general is just a
every case of PTSD is different. Basically, it's just as different as every human. And there's my faithful little guardian there.
keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. But yeah, he started sensing that I've been tense, and so he's been touching me ever since yesterday. Touching me in one way or another. Which helps, because it helps ground me into the place where I am. But everybody doesn't have that. And even with him, I still get freaked out sometimes. So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, given what you did, yeah, I would imagine.
And other things.
Yeah, I'm literally hearing a ton of fireworks outside right now.
Yeah, it's pouring, so I'm lucky in that they won't start until the rain stops.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain here all
Which is
afternoon.
tomorrow.
We just wandered around town all day.
It's been storming here all day. But tomorrow it's supposed to be 70 and sunny. So it won't even be too hot to hang out. People will just be up.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, so that's our
PSA.
quarterly PSA. It seems like we do one every 3 months.
Feels like it. I feel like there's a holiday for it every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So
I just like the biggest. Yeah, like don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Think about other people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If we could all just do that, change the world.
We've kind of proven that we're not very good at that. But that's another episode. So drink responsibly.
Not us personally, but us as a human race. But
yes, as a human race. I mean, we personally have proven that we can be trusted to have nice things.
Yeah. We can have nice things.
Yes.
Just, the rest of y'all. Kidding.
I'm not. Cheers. Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
Firework responsibly. Shoot your guns.
Designated drivers. Walk where you got to go.
Yeah, seriously. If you can walk there.
Take an Uber.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
After a drink.
Yes.
Just don't even take the chance.
And do not try to start fire stuff after having one of these.
Please. Please.
Can't tell you how many times I've seen our one neighbor try to set himself on fire with fireworks. I'm kind of glad he doesn't live next door to us anymore. Between the grill and the fireworks, it was just not going to end well.
Yeah.
And on that note, cheers.